Hello, welcome to another episode of Understand Nation. Not brought to you by Honey Butter Mixed Nuts, but hey, you know what? Get the stuff anyways. It's delicious.
I mean, mine is yoga flavored this time, so.
Yeah. So, man, we have an incredible lineup for this week. We had a heck of a time trying to figure out what we're going to include for today's episode. It was pretty tough. So, we're going to try and give you as much as we can, though. We're going to make this a jam-packed episode. So, we're going to start it off with WJSN's Butterfly. Right. So, Nick, join me in this hype train.
Oh yeah. So if you guys don't remember, I said that this was like a make or break if I stand, and that's because of As You Wish, right? I was really loving As You Wish. Oh yeah, I stand. Yep. There's no way.
And you know, for myself, like As You Wish, like so I was already a fan from before. I really loved like the previous releases before that, but As You Wish, I was more lukewarm to. But this song, it does follow up with the same sound as You Wish, or some of the same concepts for the sound. But I think they did a much better job, and I love it. So,
oh yeah.
Laura, what were you about to say?
I was gonna say, did you say that? Because I don't remember you saying that it was a make it or break it for you.
He did. He said in the last episode.
Well, I need to rewatch that.
It's even worse because Aura edits our audio.
He does.
He has to hear it for like 3 hours straight.
Yeah.
Yep.
It gets too much sometimes. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. When we were talking about the comebacks we were looking forward to for this month, I mentioned WJSN because As You Wish is like this next comeback would be a make it or break it if I really like want to stand this group.
Yeah. So this musical style, very very synth heavy.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean that's typical of the WJSN sound, of course. But more for the people who are not familiar with them. Nick, come on, let's sell it.
So this overly synth sound is very much it's very popular right now. But also it's like I've talked about before, this overly synth style is a style that kind of newer groups kind of perfected. And then it kind of, as more groups broke into the mainstream market, it kind of brought it with it. So I mean, it's not outlandish to see, WJSN or any other, groups doing that right now. So, I think what they really do different about it too is in their execution. The way they pair it with their vocal timbers, like they have like a very high register, and they wrap it around with like this ethereal mood. Right. Well, it's a lot faster than normal.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Usually when you do that overly synth sound, you want to drag the synths out because synths are normally a more slow type of something. Usually you would use synths in like the backing for the melody, stuff like that to create chord progressions. But here they're using the synth as the driving focus.
Yep, and especially with this very bright energy that's going on with it. It's a very bright song.
Also, that high note. That high note was nuts.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting a 3-step high note. But when I heard the second step, I was like, there's got to be a resolution here. But man, I did not. One thing I did not like, I guess, is that how far they threw it in the back.
Yeah. It wasn't just that too. It was also like the amount of autotune for the vocals. At first I was initially put off by it, but in the context of this whole song, like with the musical accompaniment, it makes sense. And because you're trying to give it that otherworldly feeling, and especially with what they're talking about for the lyrics, how like you're a butterfly, you're changing colors and all that, which we'll tie into the music video and we'll talk about that later. You don't want to have it like really feel like it's grounded in reality,
right?
And to do that auto-tune with the vocals made a lot of sense. I like it now. So, not just like, I love it. They did it.
Oh yeah.
I loved it all. So, what else? What else about this song was just I feel like there's so much more like with the layering too for this music.
Right. Yeah. They've layered it very interesting because like high notes over a certain like pitch will actually be thrown behind the drums in the layering, which usually is not a smart plan because it kind of fades out the high note. But I think that's their intention here.
Right.
Also, I think they put the bass in the same time as the synths. So like the bass is at the same going at the same rate the synth is, which that makes the bass a driving focus. Like it's like a driving addition to the song.
Which is part of how it gets that high energy going throughout the song. Like helps
the bass is changing quite a lot.
Yeah, there's oh man, it was such a fun experience for me. Aura, let's talk about the music video. And Nick, I know you got some things to do with the music video as well, right? So,
oh yeah.
So I want to start off with. I know I kind of I know when I was watching it, I kind of got a little bit of flashbacks to Doc B. With still that because like that really orangey, yellowy like scene, but here it actually makes sense the way they executed it, because when you're listening to the lyrics of the song and they're talking about how usually when they're at those scenes they're talking about like I change colors, blah blah, and then that's also like at the same time the colors in that scene are changing. And likewise, same with the kind of talking about the whole metamorphosis of a caterpillar to a butterfly. It ties in, so it makes sense. And likewise, the way the color kind of makes them kind of like blend in, I guess, to the scene, kind of washes them out. It kind of gives that projects that ethereal feeling again. That it's like transdimensional. You're transitioning or you're moving on. You're going to someplace else. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like here, I actually liked it, even though it was still a bit of a harsh look in my eyes.
I mean, when it comes to butterflies, because you definitely see a lot of. I'm pretty sure it's all special effect butterflies, because it's hard to control butterflies to go where you want. But like very much with the whole metamorphosis part, but like symbolism wise, like the butterflies are usually representative of rebirth, of freedom, change, and because there's such a floating beauty kind of thing comparatively to, like, let's say moths, they're something that they're very much not a part of. It's a very much more colorful music video, so having the whole upbeat music go along with the very colorful music video goes really well hand in hand. And then I'm still trying to get that weird taste of yogurt almonds out of a little bit distracting. It's got that yogurty like yogurt aftertaste that stays in your mouth. So I'm still tasting it and it's weird to me. But it's very much ethereal, like you would see in when butterflies are used, because there's also such a spiritual effect, like to represent the people who have passed on, the spirits of the deceased. It's so having that slight ethereal and that whole kind of covering the colored veil over them in the smoke and whatnot. It helps to kind of emphasize that etherealness to the members against the music video, and I think that was really well done. But to be honest, there wasn't much else that differentiates, at least to me. I'm not sure if you guys felt the same way, but it doesn't very much differentiate it from any other like high energy ethereal music videos.
I'm trying to think of like who else has done something like this though, like recently anyways.
There's not much.
Not recently. I'd probably say it was more in the first and second generation you'd see it.
Oh man, Bro, yeah, because like first generation SES
Yeah.
had like a music video similar to this, but like with very special effects because it's like, you know, the 90s.
Yeah.
Man, so old time like K-pop fans like would definitely pick up on that nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
It's very nostalgic.
That.
That's kind of like the rebirth thing. It's like
Man,
I
totally missed that.
Yeah, they're playing back into the nostalgia, and because of the resurgence of nostalgia, especially a lot more in these times, having that brings back such nostalgic feelings. So having the whole rebirth, having the whole all of that come back up, it's like a rebirth of the nostalgic music and the nostalgic styles.
See, this is why it's really useful having someone from the Han Dynasty on the show.
You know, I'm trying to be serious for once, and I just get thrown under the bus. Okay.
Oh man. You know, I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to throw that joke in this episode, but thank you for that setup, Aura.
So, one thing I noticed that I found really interesting was every member has natural hair color, except Sola.
Except Sola.
Yeah. Sola does not have. Sola's like this bright red hair.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like this really vibrant red hair, and then everyone else is very like natural hair tones.
Yeah, you know, one thing I forgot to mention too is in this comeback, once again, just like with the previous comeback, it's minus their 3 Chinese members because I think they're busy with activities in China at the moment. Oh yeah, in fact, isn't it that one show that you've been following, Aura?
Yeah, Produce Camp.
Yeah, I don't know if they're like trainers or something on that show, or if they're participating in the show. I think they actually have something to do with that. So.
I am not 100% sure because I can't find 4 episodes. So for me, I've only seen clips. So I haven't seen full episodes. But you know, if anyone knows about the way to watch full episodes, let us know because you know I've already got my bias on that show and fully supporting. And then Victoria is also on that show from FX.
From FX. Yeah, I mean, you know, if the WJSN members are on there, I want to check it out too.
Right.
So, man, what else like is there to even talk about with this music video other than like telling these people you need to get off your butts and watch it?
Get off their bus and watch it.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, I think now is a good time for us to move on to our next one. Nick, why don't you go ahead and bring us in?
So this one warms my heart a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. So the next one to talk about released June 10th. That has 342,000 views. It is Dia's Hug You. And if you don't know anything about Dia, they've went through quite a lot. They debuted in like 2015. And basically a lot of people, it's relatively evident, I guess, that they are kind of on the verge of disbandment.
Yeah.
A lot of members have left the group.
A lot of members have left the group. And in this comeback, 2 members didn't participate, which I believe she's usually busy with TV stuff anyways. But I'm not sure about Sumi.
Sumi, I'm not entirely sure why she isn't here. Maybe somebody knows. Make sure to comment down below if you do. But yeah, so they are a 7-member group. They originally debuted as a 7-member group, but 3 members have left. And they went through like 7. There were a time period where they were 8 members. It was, there was a lot to go through. But here they are back again. This time promoting as 5.
Yeah. And can I just say that this comeback was not what I was expecting, especially after their previous comeback. Because their previous comeback was kind of like a very kind of like alluring, but with a very fun sound.
It was this one seems very pure.
When was that one?
That was last year.
That was
last year, over a year ago.
Yeah.
So, and then this one is very. So we typically see groups debut in this style, in this like very pure, pretty girl next door type of concept.
It's very ethereal.
With that kind of dream, like that dreamy feeling, like very 2015 G-Friend, Lovelies, April, that type of feeling. you don't. I don't think I've ever really seen any groups kind of have this as a comeback late in their career, like 5 years into their career.
No, it's not just the usual thing, because usually as the members get older, you know,
they move on to more
they move
mature.
on to other concepts.
Yeah.
We've even seen G-Friend started doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which were kind of the pioneers of that like very pure concept.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, while it's not something that's usually done, it's not a bad thing, especially in Dia's circumstances.
Yep.
I think this is acceptable. If they were a group that had been coming back, you know, every 2 months, every 3 months, or whatever, and like had been gaining a ton of popularity, I would have been a lot more hesitant to say I like this, but I really like this because it does feel like Dia's like the company is trying again, you know.
Right. Yeah, you know, the for this musical style too, we haven't seen a whole lot of it lately.
It's definitely not a bad style. It's not a bad style.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think for people who've been following us for a while, you should know that, you know, Nick and I, we love this style because, like, again, like we follow G-Friend, we follow Lovelies.
My ult is in this style.
Like I follow April too, so you know, yeah, it's a natural slaughter for me. So
yeah.
It just felt like I was just super surprised that I just felt like, wow, did I just get hit by 2015 again?
I mean, very similar to what was it? To the last song we talked about. It's a very nostalgic kind of feeling, you know. For the most part, it's a song that most people, when groups first debut, most groups, I'm not saying all girl groups, but most girl groups like debut with this kind of sound. So it's very familiar when we are introduced to new girl groups. So it's just a very familiar feeling.
Yeah, and I mean, they definitely have like the vocal ability, or the vocal ability to use this much air to pull off this song.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I think they did it really well.
Yeah.
And I mean, it does, like, even though we're comparing it to G-Friend, like, it is very much that similar style. Like, this relates so much to one of the G-Friend songs that I can't think of right now, but
I know which one you're talking about too, and I can't.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure that out for like the past 2 days. So
yeah, it's definitely, we'll definitely remember it after recording, as always.
Of course.
But yeah, and like, I mean, I just like it. I like it a lot, you know.
Yeah, and I guess even with like the music video too, like Earl was saying, it has that very dreamlike feeling, and I do love that. I mean, that I guess like everyone who's been watching this for a while knows by now. Like I love ethereal, dreamy, those type of feelings that gets evoked, and it's the kind of thing that like when I'm watching some of the things, I want to get transported into that world. I want to get taken away. You know, it's an escape, and this really helps me escape.
Do we know if this is a single album or like
I don't know,
a digital release or something?
Oh no.
I hope it's not a digital release.
I really want this album.
So.
Like, I really want this album.
I'm getting because like I want to get this album. I also want to get WJSN's Butterfly, and I also want to get 2 more albums from other artists that we're about to talk about. So, like this today's episode with this lineup has made me double my shopping cart.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, going back to the song and the music video, I guess the only thing that I'm kind of like lukewarm about is the choreography, because this choreography, I would expect it from like a younger group like Busters or Fanatics. I would imagine that these girls probably did not like doing this choreography.
Probably not.
A lot of because it does have recall a lot of like that youthfulness. I mean, so because they're in their mid-20s now, so you would expect girls who are more like, you know, in their mid to early teens doing this kind of choreography. But
it is a mini album.
Yeah. Oh, it is a mini
go.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's not to say that the choreography is bad. I'm not saying
no,
it's
it's
bad.
just like we talked about before. It's just usually a debut kind of choreography where the members are a lot younger.
I'll say expectations have been turned on its head with this comeback. It's very. I was totally caught off guard. So.
Did you see the comments?
No.
Oh, dude, it's like everyone from every fandom is like, we won't let you disband.
Oh man,
dude, it's so hard. The comments are so hard.
That is so nice.
You see like armies, onces, midsies, reveloves.
Oh man,
everyone's just like, yeah. Even like Mumus and Orbits are there, and everyone's just like, yeah, don't disband. Like, no, you're not allowed to.
And I'm assuming that for the people who are watching, they are also, for you people, you're probably multi fans as well. These are people like you. You people are amazing, really.
Yeah, it's true.
Just come together and supporting a group like this, especially when you need the help. So
yeah,
you people are amazing.
Yeah, true.
And then
you were saying what?
And then it is going to be released as it was released as a physical album too.
Yeah. Physical mini album.
Yes.
But yeah, so like, and I mean, because Dia's like always been one of those like kind of gems that like people listen to, and like like if you follow K-pop heavily, you know who Dia is, even though they really don't get like the views of like Red Velvet or anything, but it's like it's weird because it's like that household name that everyone knows.
Yeah.
But like, and so like Dia in that respect is a great group.
Yeah, and I've always loved their stuff. Like I bought their last album from last year. I bought the album from the previous year, Summer Raid. I love the lyrics. Yeah. I'm not gonna buy an album if I don't enjoy their music.
Right? Yeah.
And not only that, but like other idols are showing their love for this latest release too, like Chungha. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Oh. Right. We ready to move it on?
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So, Nick, since you're the one who discovered this gem, please introduce this artist to our audience.
All right. So this is G9. G9 is an artist. From what I understand, he's been in the industry for quite a while. He's got a SoundCloud that's where he posts a lot of his stuff. And this is his song "You Down." It's great. It's got like it's a little undervalued. It was posted on Genie, so Genie only gets a certain amount of views, but it's got like 8,000 views.
Yeah. So this music style is it's kind of got cues of hip hop and R&B.
Yeah, and there's some pop influence too,
and some pop, especially. Oh man, that guitar opening, that was amazing. I like so. Some of you may have heard of it. That's called the 8D audio, where they do this weird effect where it kind of pans around. It's not exactly like that, but it almost feels like it.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. So with the guitar, it's kind of going back and forth between your left and your right. And
can we talk about the true opening though? This music video was filmed strictly following the social distancing rules.
Because what was it? Was it Bandits Cool? Where people were like, what are you guys doing? Why are you filming this? Like, it's coronavirus, blah blah. And just like, so yeah, I know that was awesome.
I mean, yeah. And then there's another one that came after, which was the Black Lives Matter hashtag as well.
Black Lives Matter hashtag.
So
So this is the person who is definitely in touch with what's going on, or at least his label is.
Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure he is American.
Is he?
Which would make sense. I mean,
I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on it though,
because
I have to do a lot more research on this guy.
Yeah, because the English lyrics, his delivery was spot on. So.
Yeah, and his pronunciation was pretty good too.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. This song, paired with this music video, again, this is just yet another style that I really love. So if you guys remember from last week when I talked about Jungkook with Baby and how like it was set in the city, kind of had like that romantic feeling. And this, like, I really love this music video set to this song.
Yeah, this song is such a vibe.
Absolutely.
It's so like, chill.
It is. It's like this is like so when I found this, I was just getting off work. And that was
so that's like the perfect
time.
Yes.
Like I was on my way home from work. But yeah, so this was like the perfect time to find it. And like I've been in love with this song. And man, it's just perfect.
Yeah.
Now, I think I also heard an electric guitar in there too. Like not amplified and distorted, but like an unpowered electric guitar too towards the end. Yeah. Like that was also cool. Like the song at first glance it may sound like it's pretty simple, but it's really complex. When you're listening to it, there's a lot going on. There's a lot with the way the layers are interacting. It just made it like that much more of an experience to listen to.
With that unpowered guitar. So what they did was they, believe it or not, like it's really really hard to hear, but there's actually an electric guitar going through the entire thing. Like not, I don't know about the first half, but at least through the second half it's through the entire thing. In the last chorus it's still there. And I think if it's a live guitar, I think all they did was just remove the jack and then continue playing.
Yeah. It was a really nice touch. I loved it.
Yeah, that's a great touch, like kind of instrumentation trick. Because that way you don't need to have a guy go in and re-record something he's already played, and so.
Aura, let's talk about this music video. So there was a lot of great usage of the way they kind of splice together these scenes to help kind of set this mood throughout the whole music video.
So it doesn't look like it'd be a high production music video, but it's made. It reminds me very much of kind of how Eric Nam does does some of his music videos with who
is another amazing artist.
Right. With the whole like shaky cams, like, because if you're not you remember, like, you know, you're doing those home videos, having barbecues, you get those shaky cams where you're not like having it completely set on a person. Sometimes it'll move off to some fence or whatever. It does it a lot in this music video, and it's very much makes it more homely.
Yes, because especially with it being set in the city, in an urban environment, and there's kind of some scenes where it kind of shows them kind of going through, traveling through. It makes it feel like you're there with them, and like the fact that you're the one holding the camera.
Exactly.
That you're traveling with them,
and then there's like the car coming through. When you're doing like home videos and stuff like that, you don't really get to control. Oh yeah, who comes into the scene, who doesn't come into the scene. Yeah, but it
does give it that more of that live feel.
It makes it so you're very much more connected to this music video, because with the softness of the song, the more emphasis on his vocals rather than the instrumentals, it does very much feel like you're there. He's singing with you. He's just there with you, kind of like you just chilling with each other, you know.
And I thought they did a very good job with those scenes where his face is, or his body is silhouetted, right, against a bright backdrop. I've seen like many other music videos where they try to do something similar with silhouetting the performers up front, where it just didn't feel right. But here, I feel like it was a masterful execution of that concept for, you know, you silhouette the person.
Right. And then I don't know if you've noticed this, but there was that whole film reel thing where there's that little chain kind of like old timey 80s kind of thing. That
yeah, along with the scratchiness of scratching and the film dust as it called.
Exactly.
So yeah, give it more of that old timey feel, nostalgic feel.
Yeah, it really helps sell the hominess of the music video.
Yeah, it is such a comforting experience, like both the music video and the song.
Yeah. And I, not gonna lie, I really like the corniness of some of the shots. Like, oh yeah. Oh, I'm going to get the homely shot of the moon. You know, sometimes there's no real point to it other than it looks real nice in a video shot. So especially some early practice people who are learning how to use a camera would just go, oh, I think this would look nice in my shot. I'm gonna shoot the moon. Because not gonna lie, I've done it a few times and and it just doesn't look as good as some others. Yeah. But adding that in just kind of adds to that nice flair.
Yeah, so G9, you know, this is definitely another artist that I am going to be following from here on out. Yet another great, amazing artist for me to add to my list.
So I mean, something else I really like too is at the very ending, they kind of switch, because this is how you can tell that it wasn't very much intentional to use high quality stuff but make it seem low quality, was because they upped the quality at the very end. So yeah, just wanted to put that.
Yeah, they removed all of those effects to give it that old look. Yep. So, gentlemen, are we ready to move on?
Yep.
This next artist is an artist that I've been looking forward to. She's one of the soloist art that I love a lot. Heize, one of my favorite R&B singers. So she does R&B and hip hop. Okay. She hasn't done hip hop in a while though. So, but this comeback is an interesting take, because this is actually 2 songs, 2 music videos in one. It transitions in the middle of it, and I was not expecting that. So we'll start with the first half. It's called Lyricist. So Lyricist is a jazz style, more specifically in the style of a Brazilian type called bossa nova, where it's popularized back in the 50s and 60s, smash up of samba and jazz. And I love jazz. Bossa nova is not really like my favorite. It's great every now and then. If you may sound different, or if you don't think you've ever heard of it before, I can guarantee you have. In fact, one of the most famous songs of that genre that everyone has heard of is Girl from Ipanema. Even if the title doesn't sound familiar, you would have heard it in a commercial or a movie or a TV show. And this song is very much in a similar style. I loved it. I really did. So similar to Eunuch with G9, when I first heard the song, I just came off of work, and it was a very aggravating night at work. So came home, plopped down on the couch, and then I saw, or I had first posted it with in the general chat, and I saw it's like, yes, Heize, click now. And I clicked it with an authority, man. I was like, I'm gonna get this in my life, and it was amazing. I loved it. It was just such a soothing, especially with her vocal timbre. It was just so soothing for me. That bossa nova style is just usually kind of like that classy lounge feeling. It kind of made me feel like I'm sitting in a very classy lounge bar. Here's a place. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the sound that it gives is very much as if you're watching those scenes with the whole the romantic dinner date kind of style with the candlelit dinners. It very much gives that kind of romanticized feel if you just straight listen to the song, and it's very nice.
Yes. Yeah. So Nick, I know jazz is not your jam. So, I mean, is there any, like, I don't know, anything here that you can comment on?
A lot of what I can comment on will come with the transition to the second one, that piano transition.
That piano was amazing. I loved it.
So one thing, like, I was talking to Aura beforehand, and I was listening to it, and I knew the starting chord for the first song. I kind of figured out the key signature, and then
he guessed it on the first try.
Well, yeah, I got lucky. But anyway, and then that piano transition to the second one, because it's in a different key. And that piano transition was amazing. I was wondering how they were going to do it, and I figured, both songs are in the same key. Make life very simple for the artist,
Right.
But I forgot that in K-pop nothing is simple, and they have to make everything extremely difficult.
But that's part of the fun, though, right?
Exactly. So they did a piano transition where they kind of changed key a little bit. Did a few key changes in there, or a few chord changes in there to make it the new key, but and I really enjoyed that. It was a lot better than just making the second one in the same key signature, and I was a lot more happy that they did some form of transition.
So basically, what Nick is saying is his favorite part of the song was when it ended.
In other words, Jihoon is putting more mouths in either mine or Nick's mouth, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jihoon's putting words in my mouth here. Look.
Oh man. Now,
it's just the transition happens to be my favorite part. Okay.
Well, it was a great transition. Like, I love.
It was.
Like that style of for piano.
And I mean, like you said, jazz really isn't my thing. Just something I've not been into.
Right.
So,
I've gotten kind of into soul and stuff over time, but jazz I probably won't get into.
I don't know, man. Soul and R&B is that segue.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
So, Aura, I know you're awesome to jazz, but I don't know.
I love the beginning. I honestly really love this song. From my favorite part was actually the transition, but that's because of how interestingly it was done. Because it very much starts with her in white, the jazzy part, and it's almost as if it's the romantic beginning of a relationship if you just listen to the song itself. But that transition to the second half of the song, where it's very much of the breakup part of the song, the end of a relationship. So it's the transition of.
It really does feel like one song.
It feels like very much one song. It's who was the artist that we were talking about last week that had like 4 releases?
Junkie.
Yeah, Junkie.
Yeah, Junkie.
How his was 4 songs that basically created a story. With Heize, she took basically 2 songs, melded them together to make one song to create one story of the how romanticized, how you're starting to try to fall for someone, to the end of transitioning to the end of a relationship where you're trying to get over someone. Because, in the beginning, she is taking the first steps, taking those first feelings. Sometimes you're unsure about a relationship as you start to move forward in it. That's why it's colored white, because it's a new canvas, a new feeling that you can just paint whatever color. But then you transfer to the next half of the music video, where she's shredding up love, she's shredding up letters, she's shredding up
teddy
bears, all very much symbolisms of someone who's in a relationship, stuff that they would get while they're in a relationship, just kind of being destroyed. She had those huge mountains of shredded paper in the background, and that's usually a symbolism of someone who is trying to get rid of whatever symbolizes that relationship. And while the red still represents like love and whatnot, it also kind of represents the passion and fire of wanting to get over that relationship as fast as possible.
So right now, everything that he's talking about is in the second half of this.
I'm sorry.
Music video series.
Because like I said, I've told you guys before that I kind of watch music videos as a whole. I can't split. This is a whole music video to me. I watch it as a whole.
So in the first half, you notice too, like there's a lot of between the fashion and the style, like where she had those sunglasses and then that head wrap. Mm-hmm. It was very much in the 60s, the 50s, 60s style. So that kind of ties back into the musical style, which it was again popularized back in the 50s, 60s. Right. There's a lot of those callbacks, and even some of the other props too that they had in there. So it really does help kind of sell the feel of the song. Like it was just a very chill, relaxed song for the first part for Lyricist. So since we already started going into the second one, things are going well. So things are going well. Takes us back more towards the style that we are more familiar with from Heize from the past couple years. It's definitely in a more traditional R&B style, but with that jazz infusion as well. So it continues on with that jazz theme established from Lyricist. Nick, what you got here?
I like this one a lot better. You know, this song just kind of hit all the right chords for me. You know, like literally, pun completely intended. You know, I just vibe with this one a lot more, I think. You know, it definitely felt like a lot more soul kind of influence. It had I think this, you know, things are going well. I think it was great as a second kind of piece to Lyricist, I guess. And it kind of really connected everything together.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, with this song too, it feels this one feels much more of a natural progression coming from her last comeback from last year. Falling Leaves Are Beautiful, which by the way I really, really love. I still love that song. I still love that music video, which was shot in Mongolia. Such a beautiful music video, which I highly recommend as well. And if you like that one, you're definitely gonna love this song. You know, things are going well. So it does continue on with that similar style, but now they got a bit more of a jazz infusion. And her vocals, man, I just love that kind of airiness to her vocals, her vocal timbre.
I wonder if on the album, because it's a mini album. I wonder if on the mini album it's put this way into the mini album as well. Or I wonder if there's actually a more hard transition. Because I know I've looked at the album list and it shows both as two separate songs rather than a singular song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder if there is a transition or if there's not.
That's what I was talking about earlier, Aura. It is actually two songs.
Yeah, they're two
music
separate
videos
songs
that were actually joined into the same video file.
With a transition, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why in Lyricist they bring the piano so far forward at the end, is because originally it's not meant to be like that.
Yeah, it actually is. Like I wasn't just being figurative earlier when I said it's two separate songs. Like I was, yeah.
You see, I didn't connect that. I just.
Yeah. That's why they bring the piano so far forward, is because they have to make the transition into Things Are Going Well, which isn't a normal thing, but they make it work because they bring it so far forward.
Yeah. Okay. And I've been saying in the chat earlier too. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this before, where an artist had released two
songs and one MV.
Yeah. No, like, yeah, where it's two songs and two MVs in the same at the same time. Like, this is weird.
Yep.
It was cool. Like, I liked it.
I don't think I've seen it either. Great. Now I'm gonna try to look through my brain.
Yeah. So, Aura, Was there anything else? Like, or did you pretty much already said everything that you want to say about the video for this part of it?
I pretty much said everything.
You still thinking?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he's gonna be thinking for a minute.
So,
He's got to get them old gears working.
I know, right?
Ow!
So, do you think it's about time to move on then?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, it is time because, oh man, Aura, I know you loved it. I know I loved it. Nick loved it.
All right.
So, Aura, bring us into this next one.
We have Stray Kids Go coming up with their release. What, a few days ago, or was it?
Yep. 2 days ago.
Yep.
A few days ago. Yeah. So this is Unveil with their track Top, and this is.
I thought it was Go.
It's an OST, but it's.
Oh.
No, it's Top.
It was just really long.
And
okay.
It is, and it's very cryptic. But the only reason I know that is because this song is a re-release.
Oh, is it?
It's a different version of the song Top.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a completely different version made for the Unveil track. So yeah.
Okay.
Man,
I believe this was actually a B-side originally.
Okay.
I think you guys saw my live reaction too. Like, I think the first 11 seconds I already knew. Like,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys saw my reaction too, because everyone knows I don't like watching trailers for songs. The way this is worded, I thought it was a trailer, so I didn't watch it. I just posted it up.
Right. It is worded very much like a trailer, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. But the only reason I didn't skip past it, because usually I don't watch trailers either. The only reason I didn't skip past it because I saw it was over 3 minutes long. I was like, this is a full track.
yeah. So, man, this musical style, man. I mean, I know we kind of talked about it too before we started recording. Like, kind of take us into this music style, and I'm pretty sure like most people who've seen it, who are watching this right now, have probably already. Well, no, it's at 1.1 billion views, so maybe not.
So go watch it.
Watched it,
go watch
should.
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is very much how do I put it? It's very electropop with rather heavy like kind of club dance influence. I remember me and Jihoon were talking about it,
yep.
and he asked if it was very like industrial pop.
Which because it has that overlap between those genres.
Yeah, and that's a lot of that is because industrial pop and kind of club dance have similar overlaps. When club dance is influenced with pop rock type vibe, and especially electropop. So yeah, and I mean reasonably that is a perfect assumption that it's industrial pop, because Stray Kids has done that in the past.
Yeah.
And they also done club dance and pretty much all of the genres we just mentioned, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and this song is definitely much more with the way with the way that music hits. It is definitely a very danceable song. So, club dance is a very good way to sum that up.
Yeah, this is definitely club dance, and they've done harder club based songs. Side Effects being
Side Effects, man.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a club song and a half.
That is still on my workout playlist, man.
I mean, a lot of the backgrounds that you see in the music video, I've seen in clubs too.
That too, yeah. That's another great cue. Which, this music video is another. It's just such another. It just slaps so hard.
Right.
I love it.
And it's in the format of a performance MV.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Which we love. Which we
always love.
Yeah, because you get to see the full choreography. Which their choreography is.
Yeah, and Stray Kids it's not like Stray Kids have weak choreography.
Never.
You know.
Yeah.
Like, they do less of the visual picture choreography, but their choreography is very fast.
Fast, powerful, but with a lot of intricate movements.
They're very sharp.
Very sharp, yes. And so the fact that they can maintain that kind of accuracy with the speed and power that they do, it's just really that much more impressive to me. Like,
One thing I did notice was when Felix came up to rap, they put in, so they took out, they kind of used it as a break from the high action, and they put in just a straight electric guitar just ripping on a chord. And then you have because that would be so exposed, they had to add some sort of sound effects. So they added police sirens, and like that is perfect for enhancing that kind of power.
Feel, the power and that feel and that kind of sense of urgency as well. And you know, one thing I noticed too, like I remember from the first time I was listening to it at the pre-chorus, I thought it was like, whoa, are they already going to a drop?
Can I, since you mentioned Felix, can I mention his eyebrows real quick?
Oh no, don't go there, the poor man.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying it's bad. He looked angrier because like he looked fiercer. He looked angrier, but
it was definitely not the play to dye his eyebrows.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about his eyebrows being dyed, but the moment I saw him, I was like, wait, did they shave or dye his eyebrows? Because he looks angrier.
No, they dyed his eyebrows.
Yep.
That blonde, that like silvery blonde, and it blends perfectly in with his skin.
His skin and his hair. I was like,
he just got so angry he was Super Saiyan. That's it.
That very much works. That very much works.
There you go. All right, so.
Poor Felix.
I mean, it worked.
But
it worked because it added much more of a powerful feel to his face.
Absolutely.
Definitely go check out the song. Also, go check out Stray Kids' other Unveil track. So, go check out both of those. They were released at the same time, or I think one day later, somewhere around there. But go check both of them out.
Yes. Man. So, gentlemen, how the heck do we pick our MV of the week?
Jihoon goes first.
Oh, we don't. Jihoon goes
first, so he can't hop on any of our other choices.
Man, you guys already know though. You guys already know who I'm picking.
All of them.
And here,
actually, I don't know. With this lineup, you guys don't know who I'm picking.
Wait,
this is an amazing lineup. So
I mean,
you guys don't know who I'm gonna pick.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Or what do you think?
I'm thinking you're going to choose WJSN.
What about you?
Nah. He's definitely.
Huh?
Yeah. Heize?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
He would definitely.
Well, you'd be wrong if you thought I wasn't. So.
There it is. I knew from the very beginning. I was like,
yeah. What was that?
WJSN though, so it was WJSN and Stray Kids though were so damn close though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like you have no idea. Like it was just such a sliver of a difference in my head. Which Right, so
Nick.
Aura.
Me.
Not Aura.
Me.
Get it. I'm going last. He's up to the side.
Okay. I mean, I'm kind of curious what you guys think.
I think you're gonna go with Stray Kids.
Yeah.
Nope.
Or no. G9.
Yeah. My choice is G9. It's such a chill song. It's so chill. And despite how corny the music video kind of looks, that homely corniness was a nice touch.
Oh, I didn't think it was corny at all. It was definitely my type. Which, I mean, y'all know I'm corny anyway. So.
Right. So it's already corny approved. Nick's turn.
Okay, you guys make your guesses because I still have to decide.
I would say.
I want to say G9.
I'd say WJSN. Because that nuclearism is just too strong for him, so.
My pick for this week.
He's gonna say Stray Kids.
Because of the nuguism. Is Dia.
Oh, man.
Got him.
Oh, man.
Hug you. Oh, man. Dia just... It It's such a great like.
Which part
It
like
is.
he said Dia earlier,
It is.
or he said he's gonna pick that before we start recording.
No, I said it was my favorite song of this week.
You
I said I was
did.
gonna pick it
Which you know I pick your favorite, so
normally. Yeah, no, Dia was just amazing. It's great to definitely like hear from them again. Hopefully the company's trying. Dia, don't disband, please. Yeah.
So
And just see all the fandoms interacting too.
and bringing fans together, absolutely.
Yeah. Only Dia.
So
Quick
our
shots.
quick shots, Nick,
Quick shots.
take it away.
Well,
Oh no.
quick shots. Quick,
no,
quick shots with Nick the Trader.
Shut up, Aura, you're old.
Hey, at least
Alright.
at least I did not choose someone else for someone else.
No, you chose a JYP trainee that got kicked out 2 days in. Alright. So, for people that have no idea what we're talking about, former X1 member Cho Sung-yeon has shared a timetable with his comeback, or for his upcoming comeback. And his comeback will be released June 29th, and it will be called Equal. On June 11th, he then shared that it was co-composed and wrote lyrics for all 7 of his tracks on his mini album. 2 songs will include featuring artists Cold and Punchinello, and the title track is
nice.
called Blue.
So basically, our wallets are gonna be mad at us. Okay.
Yes, 100%. This is his first mini album. All right.
All right, on to
And I will say I'm sorry in advance because I did drop him.
And for those who don't know, or haven't watched our mini-series of us doing the whole Produce X101 draft picks, yeah.
Yeah,
All
spoiler
right.
alert. All right.
Next is another teaser that has come out with Irene and Solgi from Red Velvet. On Instagram, they released I guess it was a monster drawing, a monster teaser basically, for their upcoming subunit. So yeah, definitely look forward to that. Irene and Solgi, amazing vocals and whatnot. That's already going in the cart.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
That's already going in the cart.
All right. Well, another upcoming release to talk about. Another also Produce contestant. Uptension's Lee Jin Hyuk, who is also one of my picks, is gearing up to make his return. On June 8th, he officially announced that he would be returning with his second solo album later this month. In addition to his comeback date, June 30th, he also shared the first teaser for his upcoming release. So make sure you go check that out.
Yeah. All right. So, for my part, Twice, maybe a big girl group. You may have heard of them. Got their fourth win for More and More.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anybody really surprised, right?
Nah, not surprised.
But normally we don't talk about these kind of things because when it's not that much of a surprise. But here, there is some big news attached to it because now they're the girl group with the most music show wins in history. 101 total wins, beating out the previous incumbent, Sonishide SNSD, with their 100 wins.
Wow.
So
This is very conflicting emotions for me, okay? This is very conflicting emotions for me. I'm extremely happy for Twice, but my Sony heart, man. My one's heart is so happy. My Sony heart is kind of ow.
Their fourth win also came back with some other news, right?
yeah, so he took home the win on Music Core with 10,871 points.
Wow.
Record score for their current scoring system. So, again, twice is amazing. Amazing. So, we're ready to move on to
Nick.
the next piece. Back to you, Nick. Speaking of another
So
major girl group.
This is another major group. May or may not have heard of them. We clown on them a lot. This is Blackpink, right? Kind of big girl group. Well, they dropped their first comeback teaser. That was on June 10th, YG Entertainment unveiled the comeback teaser on Twitter for their pre-release single happening June 26th at 6 p.m. KST. And because they're going to get a 3-step comeback that is going to ultimately end in a full album. So, which will be released in September, and then that is also going to be followed by a one-by-one release of solo tracks from each of the Blackpink members, starting with Rosé.
Definitely looking forward to those.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's been a while since they've had a release. Over a year now?
It's been a minute.
Yep.
Yeah. And B as that is, definitely looking forward to seeing more from them, and hopefully this starts some more consistent comebacks from them, because as we know, they've been kind of in and out. Yeah, in the YG dungeon. I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, in the YG dungeon with the key locked, so they only get out for CFs. So
and
so Aura, you got this last one.
So to bring this back to the produce family again, we have LiQWYD, who is a former member of After School and a former contestant on Produce 48 with the IZ*ONE members and Everglow members and so on and so forth. But she is coming out with a special project album soon, coming out I believe around the end of this month, if not later. So very much looking forward to it. I believe it's titled Project 10 for now. So yeah.
Alrighty. You guys think it's about time to wrap
Yep.
up? Alrighty. Thank you for watching. This has been Outstanding Nation. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Click that bell icon if you want to know when we upload in the future. Join our Discord where you can interact with us there. We have a Twitter. Make sure you go follow that. And we will see you guys next week.
And even though they don't sponsor us, buy Gilum honey butternuts because it is delicious.
It's delicious.
I already finished my yogurt one.
All right,
Bye.
we will see you guys
Bye.
next week.